Hi, and welcome to my Friday evening live card making tutorial. This evening I have for you a Botanical Beauty in Soft Blue using the Beautiful Gallery Suite Collection. And the timing is great because we're having the first ever Suite BOGO sale. Oh my goodness. So this sale is buy one, get one 50% off, and it applies to so much more than just the suites. Any sweet products are also. And yesterday on my blog, and I'll put the link under the video, I found over 80 products that will probably surprise you because it appears that if it was ever in a suite, it's part of this sale. It's still available. And so that includes a lot of last chance products that are already discounted. And then you can get 50% off one of those, if it's in this. So check out my blog and for that huge list of some big surprises. And a lot of them are still current product too. So let me start by introducing myself. I'm Shelly Godby, and for 24 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. And hello, Miss Danette. So let's have a closer look at the Beautiful Gallery Suite Collection. The main piece I would say is the Gallery Blooms stamp set. Isn't this beautiful? Now, I used this before for my May thank you cards, and I'll show you the card I made with it. And using the bundle and the embossing folder. And the thinking of you did come from the beautiful motifs that we'll look at in just a second. Okay, and so I want to play with the new in colors because this is the Secret Sea and the cloud cover. I'm like, ooh, gotta play with those. All right, so you've got the Gallery Blooms stamp set. Oh, let me put this up to show you the Suite Collection. Now remember, you buy one, you get one 50% off. This is unprecedented that we're getting 50% off even all the accessories. It's like, oh my goodness. So anyway, so look what we have. Here are the dies, and there's so doggone many. I had to put them on two of these magnet cards. And this frame is really cool. We'll be using this evening too. Okay, so you've got the outline dies for all the images, the frames, and some intricate dies in here, the Gallery Blooms. And then, so this is a mega suite because it has, so I just showed you the bundle, all right, the Gallery Blooms bundle. So it has two bundles, the Gallery Blooms bundle and the Beautiful Motifs bundle. Okay, so that's a mega suite. Now, you can order one bundle and get the second one half off, equal or lesser value is an option. And let me show you quickly. I have these. Oh, and this is a beautiful motifs. So some very nice greetings. Oh, and that was that background on here. This one, I stamped that subtle background in basic beige. There we go. So you can order these separately. Of course, I'm going to recommend you do it all together because it's so beautiful. But I have mine stored on these magnet cards that I pick up at Stampin Storage, and they're super strong. And so you won't lose your dies. And like I said, there's so many that I need to put them on too. And then I slide them into one of these storage pockets. So if you'll follow my link over there to make sure you order storage pockets and not sleeves, and keep yourself beautifully organized. All right, so there is more of the Beautiful Gallery Suite Collection. We have the Damask Designs embossing folder. We're going to use everything in this suite. I mean, we're going to use something of everything in this suite today. All right. And you get, oh, the name just escaped me, the Pressed Flowers Motifs, self-adhesive embellishments. And I thought I had this back up. There we go. And oh, so pretty. The basic beige 3/8 inch classic ribbon. We're going to use every bit of it. So fantastic. All right. So now that we saw that, so this special, I'm having a blast with it myself. All right, let's see who else has checked in. Miss Mary. Oh, hello. And good. So we'll start with some stamping, and we'll be embossing and die cutting and using intricate dies. It's all wonderful. So get some stuff on me. Oh, you know what I didn't show you? Oh my goodness. The name of the is always the name of a suite, is the name of the coordinating designer series paper. In this paper, wow. This is the beautiful gallery 6x6 designer series paper. And hello, Miss Deb. All right. Okay, so let me show you these. You get more than what I'm showing you, but I'm showing you, I believe, all the patterns. So the front, A and B side, however you want to call that. I had someone say when I said side number 2, it was making it lesser. It wasn't. I just had to call it something. Okay. Aren't these beautiful? And they were using these with that Peaceful View stamp set. Remember that card I made, if you saw it, with the sunset, that stunning sunset? Wouldn't that be beautiful stamped on here? Okay. So gorgeous, gorgeous paper. So excited. My card's pretty easy, but I'm excited to show it to you. Hey, Miss Adelaide. And aren't these colors pretty? I used this one. So I did end up with the soft sky and cloud cover. But my goodness, even using this paper, that's beautiful. And this is a cool scene. This reminds me of It's a Wonderful Life. Okay. Gorgeous, right? Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Now, of course, this is included in this suite sale. So, you can stock up on DSP. If it's in a suite, it is discounted. Now, that list that I have, they are the 80 plus that aren't obvious. If there's a current suite, I figured that isn't that pretty. It's just really obvious. So I didn't go through all of those because we know there are the suites in the 25, 26 catalog and the online exclusives. Stampin' Up! Lists those, but they weren't showing us all that other. And so I sat there for hours digging through and linking and showing you what is discounted because it's a last chance. Okay, so we're going to stamp. And if you haven't yet, because I haven't said it, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. I sure appreciate that. So what I have here is some basic white cardstock. Whenever you're stamping on white cardstock, you absolutely want to use the Stampin' Up! Basic white cardstock. It has a smooth, tight finish to give you crisp, clean images. So I am back with the basic beige that I used on the other card. So my colors, same color scheme, but they'll be pretty together. All right, and then I'm going to use this flower. And I'm on a clear block H. And boy, are our blocks ever, our acrylic blocks, so comfortable to hang on to. You've got those grooves in there that are smooth, comfortable to hang on to. Okay, so let's come over in here, stamp, voila. Push, flip, click. There we go. And now I'm going to use Secret C. So if I had stamped several more in the basic beige, I would have just kept stamping. But because I'm going to change colors, I want to clean my stamp. And I have this lovely Simply Chamois. It starts off really a lovely purple, but it grabs all the ink. So before you know it, it's stained up like this. But you know what? The ink is on there and no longer on your stamps. So now I'm ready to put it away, or in my case, change colors without compromising my pad. Okay, I'm going to turn this around. And there, because I do want one of each of these. You know what? While I have this out, let's go ahead and stamp our greeting as I let the piece hit the floor. Okay, hold. Whoop. And I had a second piece just in case, and that hit the floor. Okay, there we go. And this is still basic white cardstock. I am using from the beautiful Motifs that Just a Note. I really like things like Thinking of You, Hello, Just a Note. That's good too. You've been on my mind. Um, so I can use the card for virtually any occasion because once I stamp happy birthday on it, it's not an anniversary card or a sympathy card or anything else. So I really appreciate readings like that. Okay, so Just a Note. And I cut 2 in case I didn't do a good job. Now my odds are a lot better with the photopolymer because I can see through the clear mount block and the stamp. There we go, to get a good image. So we are done stamping. Now it's die cutting and embossing and putting it together and some embellishments. Let's set this aside. So what I need is my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and it happens to be right here. There we go. All right. Hey, Miss Bonnie B. Ah, thank you, Miss Bonnie B. I saw someone the other day I hadn't seen since mid-April, and she goes, "Oh, I got my Shelly fix." And I thought, "Oh, that's so sweet." Okay, so we will start with the die cutting of the images we just did. So I'm going to use a magnetic platform. And if you followed me, you know I use this all the time. You know, Stampin' Up! Used to carry this, and but we don't anymore because we're not with Sizzix, but it still works with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. So I picked that up on Amazon. And I'm sharing it with you because I like using it. It makes me a better die cutter. Certainly not perfect, as you may see in just a moment, but definitely better. Okay. And here we go. So regardless, if I use this or with thin metal dies, I would need plate number 1 and plate number 2. I need a cutting plate. And for that, I have plate number 3. And so rotate them. If you rotate them different ways, try not to stamp in the center. It's really helpful to keep them nice and flat for you. All right, so here's my stamped cardstock, and I need my dies. Okay, so we'll grab this, and you know what? Let's do the basic beige. And I like to drop the die on there and let it find the magnet, because there are times where I'm chasing the magnet around. In full disclosure, I have one of these done in case I don't do a good job. I just don't see as well unless I'm standing up, and I tried stamping up, but then I hit the camera. So I'm like, oh, well, that doesn't work. All right, I like that little dot in there, that little hole, I should say, so I can see that I've got it, you know, the ink showing through. So that helps me line it up. All right, we're just going to go for it. We're going to pretend I did a good job, even if I didn't. And then I need a plate number 3. Place it on top. Don't scoot it on. You scoot it on, you could scoot the die. And that's pretty much a guaranteed. Whoops, that's not what I wanted. Let's see how well. Okay. You know, not horrible. And then push this out, that little piece. That helps make it look a little airier. Yeah, not horrible from a sitting position, but I did do better. And since I already showed you how to do that, I thought, why, let's not do that twice. It's Casual Friday, right? All right, so now I'm going to use this coordinates. It looks a lot like it. Now this is from the beautiful Motifs dies. So part of this mega suite. And for that, I have some Secret C cardstock, but this is nice and intricate. So what I want to do, oh, and I didn't even think about this, look at it. I have an adhesive sheet here. Now, if you can get it where there's a break, that's really good because there are breaks in it. This happens not to. So I'm going to use my Take Your Pick tool to get through it so I can lift it off. There we go. And there we go. Get that backing. So what I'm going to do is make a self-adhesive die cut. And cut this smaller than you need, and not necessarily that much smaller, but don't make it quite the same size I used to. And then because I wasn't perfect, it might be a little bigger. And then I had adhesive all over. And so I've got my die. Let's put, you know, that raised edge. That's the cutting edge. Let's place that down. There we go. And our cutting plate. And so that is a really cool thing, the adhesive sheets. You know, everything I'm using is listed under the video and available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. Okay. So they don't pop out quite like just the paper, you know, without that on there, but that's okay. Just gently pull. And full disclosure, I didn't do this while designing because you never know what you're going to do. And so until I'm designed, I don't know that I need the adhesive sheets because, you start putting things together and there we go. And you know what? I bet a lot of these little pieces will pop out when I peel it off. If not, I've got my take your pick tool. So let's put this right back on here and keep it all together. And you see this piece of paper in here? This is the insert that came with the envelope, the piece of cardstock with the tape on it. I just put that in there. Then I always have the name because I don't always get around to, if you follow me, getting it on there, but I always know what they are from here. Okay, so let's see. Oh, Miss Cynthia, hello. All right. So now I told you we're going to use this frame, and I've got this beautiful paper. But I want a small frame, and I didn't want to overcut my DSP. So I am placing this raised side up. I don't typically do that, but it's going to work just fine for this. A lot of times I don't because I need to see that I have it on right where I want it, right? Especially around an image that we just die cut first. But I can see I'm covering up those lines. So I'm placing this on here. And another plate number 3. All right, Miss Cynthia, it says, but I still understand what it's for. But I think you meant you still don't understand what it's for. I have this black mat underneath me for several reasons. 1, it protects my work surface. 2, adhesive doesn't stick to it. That's a really good thing. And 3, when coloring with the Stampin' blends, you want a non-porous surface underneath you so the ink stays in, isn't that gorgeous, in the paper instead of going through to the paper underneath you. And so for those 3 reasons, I just love my silicone black mat that I have underneath me. And I can show you all what we're talking about. And so I have one on this table that I record my videos. And then there's one permanently, I don't know if you can see, over to the side where I craft. And so this serves a lot of purposes. Very, very nice. And it is really oversized. I've got a big area for my crafting. And it really is nice when adhesive doesn't stick to it. So I hope that answers your question, Miss Cynthia. Okay, let me put this back in. And then we have some embossing. And I believe I will have all the die cutting. I have the die cutting done. So now we're going to change. What I need is that plate number 1. Here we go. That comes with the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And there we go. My embossing folder, the Damask Designs. And I've got the beautiful cloud cover cardstock. And I'm going to place that in there and make sure I get it straight because there is a definite design that goes straight up and down. Close it and pinch it together so it doesn't move on me. It's recommended that you put the hinge through first. So the easy way to remember that, the Stampin' Up! Logo facing you. Now this is a regular embossing folder. So I need a plate number 3. You're so welcome, Miss Cynthia. And another plate number 3. Okay, and let's crank this through. Fantastic. And I think I can get this out of the way. And if I miss something, it's right here in reach. Wow, that probably was loud. All right. You know what? And before I forget, because I get so busy talking, I do forget things. Here we go. I don't, there have been a couple samples lately. We're Stampin' Up! Distressed. I did that sunrise sailing card and copied one of theirs, and they distressed it. And that Grow with Love. And so it's been a while, but if anything felt like distressing would work, it is this. This is so elegant. This is, I don't know that shabby chic's quite the right thing, but, quite elegant. And I'm using a bone folder to do this. And it would have been fine if I forgot to do it, but I think this added a nice element. And I know there are times where I finished videos and I forgot to do something like this for you. There was something I meant to show you or an element like, oh, crud. Okay, so we've got that. All right. And got my blue flower. And blue being Secret C. You know, this is one of the new 25, 27 in colors. Yay. Okay. Oops, I don't know what happened here. Here we go. My chat. Oh, I'm trying to scroll down to see the chat. All right. Oh, Miss Bonnie B has a good point. Yes. That the silicone mat helped keep her Stampin' Cut emboss machine in place. That's cool. Okay. So let's start peeling this off. I don't have that natural break. Remember, this is one solid piece. So this may be a little interesting. We'll start with that one. Pop that out of there. You know, another thing you can do, the adhesive sheets are convenient. Another thing I often do, and what I did in my sample, because like I said, I was cutting and deciding what I was going to use. I didn't start all over die cutting. I used the multi-purpose liquid glue and put it on the back, and it comes out white. Let it dry, air dry till it's transparent, and you've got a nice adhesive without glue squirting out all over the place. Okay. And right now, it's so intricate. I need a little break. I just need a break in this to get it going. So the Suite Sale, gracious, highly, highly recommended. And, you know, and there's no limit. Your orders can earn as many free products as, you know, for every second one you put on there. So have fun all month long. If I tear this, I won't be happy. And I haven't, but you know, I get nervous and then I worry about, right. There we go. Got it. There we go. Now it'll see. Let's see if these pop out. See how they stick? A lot of times those little pieces just come out for you, which is really nice. Yeah. Most of those came out. Let's finish it because it does add to it when you have that airiness in there. So that Suite Sale, you know what else is going on right now too? Well, some things hit the last chance list. You know, they didn't get as much attention, of course, as this Suite Sale because unprecedented. And we have the scrapbooking retreat where you'll have 24 pages when you're done, 12 two-page layouts, one for every month. That is a lot. And there's it's a virtual retreat. And so with the purchase of the kit, you get access to a Facebook page and you can watch it live or go back and watch it later. And see, here's why I like my silicone sheet. I'm not concerned, you know, it's not going to stick and take away from the adhesive. And so it's nice. All right, so I found a couple more for us to, there we go. Airy, 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 so pretty. Did I see one more? I see one more. So that scrapbooking workshop kit, I think it's fabulous. You would have one. I thought I saw one. Okay. Heck of a start to your year or catching up. Very, very nice. Oh, you know what I didn't tell you about it? Everything is pre-cut for you. Like, oh, now that is a wonderful thing. Everything cut for you. Talk about feeling spoiled. Okay, so we have all of our elements. Okay. And got ribbon. Okay, so let's start putting this together. And because it's not a smooth texture, I like to use a stronger adhesive, and for that I will use the mini glue dots. We'll take these out. And it's not a dispenser because I did classes in person for years, and someone would always start pulling on the tail thinking it was a dispenser, but it's not. It just holds them. So I'm trying not to touch them because that takes away from their extreme stickiness. There There we go. And if you are just joining us and haven't heard me say it yet, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. I sure appreciate that. It doesn't cost you a penny, but it may help me for YouTube to say, oh, people like what she has to, what she's doing. Maybe someone else will come see it. Oh, Miss Kathy's here. It's been a while since you've checked in. Okay. So if you've been here, we just didn't know it. And, and tomorrow I will have a link to my blog post after this is done uploading to HD. And on that blog, you will have all the measurements as well as a downloadable PDF with the card sketch. Okay, so now we have our frame. So let's use the mini glue dots again. And my nail polish supposed to be fast drying? Ha, don't believe it. Like, oh my goodness, I was making them getting set up and like, yeah, fast drying my foot. I'll try to do it further ahead next time. I don't know about you, but I feel like I'm always behind the 8 ball, always in a hurry, but it's all good. Next week I'm having a yard sale, and I am ready to get some things out of here, that's for sure. And so our frame, look at me, cattywampus, because I like everything straight. Oh, Miss Cynthia, thank you. Thank you. She shared my video. Okay. And you know what I did? I added in another. So hopefully I can get my placement just the way I want it. But you know what? We can move things around. If not, oh, I want this up higher. Okay, hold on. It's all about the placement, isn't it? There we go. And once you make something, are you like that? You'll have to tell me. You have to leave a comment. I mean, once I get it and like it, then I am just playing with it, trying to duplicate that exact same placement. Like, oh my goodness. Oh, Miss Bonnie B sharing is caring. That's so sweet. Okay. Well, I enjoy you all, and you didn't get a lot of notice today and you still came and found me. I'm hoping YouTube is giving you that heads up. Okay. And then for this, we will use Stampin' Seal. That would be fast drawing your hand. There you go. Yeah, so. All right, so let's put, this one. All right, about here. This one tucks in and comes up here. Isn't that frame beautiful? I thought, I wonder how that'll work out with the flowers, and it worked out beautifully. Let's go ahead and do this. Tuck in our, just a note. Okay, and then I'm going to tie on camera. It's not very often I do that, but this is easy. Well, okay, it was, hopefully it will, while doing live, to make a bow. So this is that basic beige 3/8 inch classic ribbon. It just feels so soft, so pretty. And I just, that we have ribbon in our Stampin' Up! Colors, keeping everything oh so coordinated. It is just so pleasing to the eye. And of course, it's really high quality ribbon. I had one of my sweet stampers that I met in Wichita, Kansas. She was a ribbon aficionado, actually fabric, and she just went on and on and on about the superior quality of the Stampin' Up! Ribbon and just couldn't get enough of it. And it is beautiful ribbon. And like most everything, I'm playing, okay? I want this to be small, so I tighten and fluff, and I'm thinking that's looking pretty decent. One more tighten. And if you don't get it twisted as you're tying your bow, then it lays a lot nicer. Cut that at an angle because that's oh so pretty. And I need one more glue dot, and this time let's grab the take your pick tool. Oh, thank you, Miss Cynthia. Okay. And okay, that side looks better to me, so let's put it on here. And I thought, ooh, how pretty to make it look like the bouquet is, tied around, or the bow is tied around the bouquet. So then for our finishing touch, because remember we're using everything in the suite, I've got the pressed flowers, right? Motifs. I'm so used to the word self-adhesive on everything. And they come in 2 sizes. So I always press down on the embellishment so the adhesive sticks to the embellishment and not the acetate sheet, because that did happen to me once. And come in here and come in. Oh, you know what? Oh, my other bow was a little bit smaller, so I could see this one better. So how about let's try this. I'll show you my other one so we can compare. No, I don't want that. All right, what I really want is a smaller bow. Wonder if I can. Oh, I can. There we go. A little more petite. Even once it's attached. How about that? Let's trim these down. I don't want them quite so long now that I have a tinier bow. And there we have it. Oh, thank you, Miss Deb. We have Botanical Beauty in soft blue. So that turned out so lovely. Here, let's see how well I compare to the first one. There we go. And don't you like the roughed up? I like, okay, that one's even tinier. So that's not bad though. So however that works for you. So, so sweet. And then remember my first one with a different flower. And so very pretty together, getting to, and that was using, because I just had to play with new in colors, but this time because I wanted to use this pattern, which does use the new in colors. So this gorgeous mega suite, my goodness, the Gallery Blooms bundle, the beautiful Motifs bundle, the gorgeous, because that's the name of the suite, beautiful Gallery 6x6 designer series paper. Oh, here it is. You get so much. I was just trying to show you one of each one. And that was another frame that I tried while designing. We've got the pressed flowers motifs and the basic beige ribbon. You know what I'm missing? The embossing folder, the Damask designs. So you can pick up 2 suites, order this suite and get half off of another one, or pick up pieces this in here. And if you already have the DSP because you loved it, you can still get more, buy one DSP, get one free if it's a suite product. It is an amazing sale. And then you can make a beautiful card like this. It's muted, but I really like it. Well, thank you, Miss Mary. Ah, all right. I'm so glad you all joined me on a Friday evening. And it's getting to feel like summer, and I'm loving it. Longer days. And so the Gallery Blooms, like I said, I think this is the main one of it. But wow, what an amazing suite of products for gorgeous cards, and well beyond this. Way, way, way beyond this. Okay, so let's do this. And let's put this up so I can see all the chat. See if I missed anything. Here we go. Yes, you do, Miss Stephanie. You do need to get that. All right. Well, thank you, Miss Edith. Oh, you all are so sweet. This suite, it was on my very first order from Stampin' Up. This one was a must-have, no two ways about it. And so, and I'll be using it again, of course. So I've only done 2 cards, and this is going to have a lot to do. And how about next time, maybe I'll use a different color. But I am loving the cloud cover and Secret Sea. Gorgeous together and beautiful. And the new in colors, that Darling Duckling is pretty too. So I am so glad you joined me. And if you haven't yet, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. And Miss Adelaide, let me see. can't see. I want to see it. I've got my little logo that's covering up. I thought I knew where it went. Oh, well, anyway. Aha. Now I can see. Oh, yes, Miss Stephanie. Actually, I did think about it. I did change to coordinate. So thank you for noticing. I did dress to uh, to coordinate with that. All right. And thank you, Miss Danette. All right, ladies, and thank you, Miss Judith. I am so glad you all joined me. And I hope Miss Stephanie is the only one having a frozen connection. My connection is good. So, because if it freezes, I usually see it here too, like, uh-oh. So hopefully it was just Miss Stephanie's internet connection. But I'm so glad you all joined me. And so it is getting to be that time of evening where I'm going to thank you again. And we're going to cue the music. Thank you for joining me for a Friday evening live card making tutorial. Now remember, I'm here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. So far in 2 years without fail, someday that, I'll miss, but plan on seeing me every Tuesday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. And if you join me live, you don't have to have videos. The videos, they're not there. I mean, not videos. Hello, I'm okay, really I am. I'm a little tired. The ads, I don't put the ads on until after the live. So join me at 7 p.m. Eastern Time live and you get to avoid ads. So thank you for joining me. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamped smiles. Good evening and God bless.